What is going on, you guys? It's Extreme here, and welcome back to another episode of Raiders Strike. And for the record, I might be changing the title of this series slightly. And by slightly, I mean removing the S from Raiders. Just saying. Anyways, welcome back, you guys, to another episode of Raiders Strikes. I've already said that. A series I do Tuesdays through Thursdays at 11 a.m. Pacific time. So if you're new around here and you enjoy this series or any of the things I talk about in these episodes, hit that subscribe button. Also, you can hit that like, share, or favorite button if you want to help me out. And it always appreciated if you let me know in the comments below what you liked or didn't like about this episode, or if you want to leave me ideas for, things to talk about in future episodes. Now, in today's episode, we're going to start off finishing up where we left off yesterday by going through this fucking bullshit maze. This is the Gorgon's maze of the Vault of Glass, and it is quite possibly one of the most frustrating parts of this whole raid, because even on normal mode, if you don't have people that know the exact path and timing of this portion, trying to get to that second chest, which is what we're trying to do at this point, shit like this will happen over and over and over again. And if you didn't notice, when we left the previous area, I had full ammo on everything. As you die, you lose ammo in this game, and it can be very frustrating. I'm just saying. God damn it. So yeah, I hate this part of the maze, or the raid. I really, really do. And it actually leads me into the first thing I want to talk about today, and that is playing with people that don't know what they're doing. Now, for the record, these guys do know what they're doing, but they're kind of dicking around. They got one guy that's adamant he needs to get that chest. I need to get that chest. I need the material. Okay, cool. I understand that. I can't blame the guy for wanting to go get the shit, but can you not run around like a chicken with his head cut off? I don't mind dying. I don't. It really doesn't bother me when it comes to the raids, because you know it has to happen. You know, it's just sadly it is a part of the raids. If you want to get through them as quickly as possible in certain situations, you're gonna have to die. That said, this is bullshit. I hate this fucking maze. I really do. Anyways, but like I said, when you play with people that don't know what they're doing, like I did yesterday, I got on about, it was like 10 a.m. Got on about 10 a.m. and I did a run of the normal mode Vault of Glass. The very raid you guys have been watching the last few days and are watching today. This is normal mode. This is easy. It's supposed to be. This fucking maze, it doesn't matter what mode you play it on. It's fucking pain in the ass. Fucking hate this goddamn maze. But when you play with a bunch of people that don't know what they're doing, i.e. what happened to me yesterday, I was playing with a level 30 and a bunch of level 29s. I think it was a 27 in there. And they'd never done the Templar fight. They'd never done the maze. They'd never done pretty much any of this stuff, apparently. Because none of them knew what the fuck they were doing. I mean, the level 30 knew what he was doing. Cool. Badass. Everybody else, not so much. So, it kind of left us in a situation where we got to the final fight, and we barely got through the first part of the final fight, which will be coming up shortly, because there's two parts. You have the gatekeeper part of the fight, and then you have not the Templar, you have the actual Atheon fight. Okay, first part of the raid, or that fight, not that hard. Took us like 6 or 7 attempts. Not bad, but it's normal mode, so it shouldn't have even taken more than 3. Just saying, it really shouldn't take more than 3 attempts. And I think we had a full team, which made it even more frustrating that we couldn't get through. The second part, we never finished. I'm I'm embarrassed to admit that we never finished the second part. And it's more frustrating to me that we didn't get through that second part, because I hate to waste my time doing these raids. And when you have a group of people that don't know what they're doing, look, at one point, anyone who plays this game and does this raid will not know what they're doing, and that's understandable. But I was led to believe when I joined this group that everybody knew what they were doing and was kind of just doing it to get some material, maybe get a chance at getting a new weapon, something like that. No, nobody knew what the fuck they were doing, and it was made very clear before it was all said and done that nobody knew what the fuck they were doing. And that frustrated me. I mean, if you have two people that know what they're doing, you can kind of get four of the people that don't through it. If people fucking listen. That was a problem we had. Nobody was listening. Everybody was trying to be Superman. And they're trying to figure it out on their own. Nobody was asking questions. No one was explaining things. I tried to explain shit and I was told to shut the fuck up. So I said, fuck it. I'm done. And I was one of the last people to leave. As I'm leaving, I hear them say, oh man, well, if he's done, then we might as well just bail because we got nobody now to help us out. And that's what it came down to. These four guys had their buddy get a crew together to help get them through. And unfortunately, one guy left before me. Then they brought in another guy, one of their buddies, who also didn't know what he was doing. So that's when the fourth came in, because originally it was three that knew what we were doing and three that didn't. And the three that didn't, they didn't know what the fuck they were doing at all. So it got frustrating even more so. And don't get me wrong, I don't want to talk shit about those particular guys. It's not these guys. These guys know what they're doing. They're just dicking around at this point. But when you play with people that don't know what they're doing, it can get very, 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 very frustrating, especially when they're not listening. That's the problem. Nobody was listening. And I don't like to grab the relic. I don't. I mean, I've got some of the most powerful weapons at my disposal. So when we go through this thing, if you've got the weaker weapons, you should be holding the relic. Unfortunately, the guys that also had the weaker weapons also have to be weaker level. So they're going to take far more damage from the enemies. And me being stubborn in the fact that I don't want to grab the relic didn't help things. So I'm just as much at fault for how that outing went. But again, it gets frustrating, and I just wish I'd been told up front, like, hey, some of these guys, some of the guys in this party don't know what we're doing. We've never done this raid all the way through before, so patience. Yeah, sure, no problem. I get that. I understand that. I've been in their shoes. I'm still technically in their shoes. One of the reasons why I hate this maze, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And every time I do this, I ask, like, what's the fastest way to get through this? What's the best way to get through this? I don't get answers. I just hit follow me. Okay. So that's what I do. I follow you. So that's honestly how it's been. These guys, actually, these two right here, they got me through this. They're like, dude, go now. Okay, going, moving, run. Cool beans. They got me through it. I was grateful because I fucking hate that maze. I really, really do. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, but before we move on, for those of you wondering why we kept dying, like I said, one of the guys really needed to get some material, and he was adamant about getting that damn box. He got the box. Yay! Now it's on to the next thing that most people hate about this raid. I personally don't care because it's not that difficult most of the time. Here is one exception, as you're gonna see. But it's time to move on and talk about some other things that happened, including the fact that I got to finally play with my buddy Pan, who's been a sub here for a long time, and it was fun. So let's talk about that. So like I said, yesterday I got the chance to finally play with my buddy Pan, and even though I say he's my buddy, he's a longtime sub, and he's been pretty dedicated, I think, and it was fun playing with him and his boys. Some of the shit those guys said, man, it was just like these guys. It makes me feel old, and I'm sitting there going, God damn, man, I wish I was a young fuck again. But it was just fun. It was enjoyable. There was a moment that happened as we were doing. It was hard mode. We were doing the. Oh yeah, this happens. Anyways. So we're doing the hard mode of Vault of Glass, and it's just the final fight, or the Gatekeeper to Atheon, and that's it. Got through it pretty quick, like, it wasn't that bad. We had a couple hiccups, but it could have been better. One of the guys, I don't know what happened. I'm sitting there going, wait, did someone just have a temper tantrum? Really? Like, this actually happened? And it was kind of funny to me. I don't know what was going on. I don't know if there's some personal shit there or what, or if it was just, you know, someone talking shit and someone got their feelings hurt. Whatever it was, I kind of sat there as everyone else is getting pissed off, like, are you fucking kidding me? Really? And I'm like, do I want to know what just happened? Or do I just want to keep my mouth shut and get through this? I chose the latter because it was the easiest. And I really didn't know what was going on, but it was frustrating to have, you know, we're doing hard mode. In hard mode, you really don't want to do this with less than 6 people because it just takes one fucking moment to screw the whole thing up. By the way, I think the guys are all going to go take a break. I know I'm about to go take a piss in this gameplay, so you're going to see me walk away. The only reason I'm going to get up here in a minute is one of the guys tells me, yeah, you might not want to be near the edge, Extreme. Why is that? Yeah, because so-and-so is going to probably come up and knock you off. Oh, okay, good idea. Walk up to the wall. But that happened. It was really, that was the only downside of the whole thing. Otherwise, it was fun, you know. Unfortunately, me and Pan were both fucking quiet as hell. At least I couldn't hear him talking. It was kind of hard to tell who was talking at times because I didn't, you know, recognize voices. And that's the thing, you know, when you associate certain voices to certain people, it helps. Not knowing who the fuck anybody is, there was one guy that was just blah 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 blah, and that's one thing I always notice when you do these raids. There's always that one person that just won't shut the fuck up. And it's not a bad thing because at least you have some kind of constant dialogue. But it was cool. I enjoyed it. Unfortunately, I didn't get to really play very long because I woke up, jumped on really fast to see what was going on. I was actually going to try and do some strikes, try and get an exotic, because I didn't get dick from the Nightfall. And Pan, I didn't get to ask you this yesterday. You really only got shards from the Nightfall? Fuck, that's bullshit. I don't know what it is, but when they did that patch this week, the Nightfall has been fucking people. Like, badly. Just saying. Anyways, so I totally lost my train of thought. But it was cool. I played with those guys. We wound up doing a match of the Iron Banner, and I really hate the Crucible. I talked about this yesterday. I fucking hate the Crucible. And yesterday, I also had done Crota's End. I got the last piece of armor I needed for my Hunter, so I really have no reason to do the Nightfall or to do the Crucible anymore. I thought I did. I thought I had a serious, solid reason to do the Nightfall, and now, no, not at all. Or not Nightfall. Goddamn, the Iron Banner. I'm fucking tired, guys. Bear with me. So, but it was cool. You know, I had fun, and I look forward to playing with those guys again. I'm always down to play with people. If I have fun, if you can entertain me and you work well together, I definitely want to play with you guys again. And that's how I felt about playing with Pan and his boys. I had fun. I damn sure want to do it again. They knew what they were doing. They could handle their shit, except for the one guy who threw a temper tantrum. That was funny. Honestly, that was just straight up funny. I'm like, wait, did that just happen? Like, why did he leave? Oh, that's why. Okay. Wait, what? Literally, I was silent throughout the whole thing, for the record. And I'm really quiet, especially when I just wake up. I can be very, very silent. And I was extremely just leave me the fuck alone. Kind of let me focus on what I got to do. We're doing hard mode. I need to focus because if I fuck up, yeah, shit happens. And it was fun, though. I enjoyed myself. I got a new Sparrow. I already have it, the Time Breaker. I now have a second one. So I'm like, sweet. And then doing the Crucible, I got a new ship. I've got 2 of the new ships. One of them is actually pretty cool. The other one looks real sleek. Has that jet fighter kind of look. I'll show them off later on. Probably doing strikes or whatever. I don't know. I'll figure out something to do to show that stuff off to you guys. But yeah, man, it was really cool. I enjoyed myself, and I'd love to play with more of you guys. I would love to do something where I can get a bunch of my subs together and we just do a run of Crota or Vault of Glass, or just do some strikes. You know, I really want to play this game with you guys. This game is so much fun. The difference between this game and Call of Duty, in my opinion, is Call of Duty, when I play, I'm typically focusing 100%, and I'm very, very competitive with Call of Duty. It's another reason why I don't do any live comms for Call of Duty anymore. Because I'm focusing really hard, because I hate to do badly. I really do, especially because, you know, it is my road to max prestige, that whole series, you know. You kind of got to focus on what you're doing. If you're not having a good game, bad shit happens. And apparently some of these guys were like, I don't want to die. No, fuck you. I'm going to fight it out. All right, go for it, dude. I'm busy, so... Anyways, yeah. I have no idea what I was saying. I totally lost my train of thought. Fuck. I think there's one last thing I wanted to talk about today. I wonder what that was. One second. So, in closing out this episode, I want to talk to you guys more about what this series is going to be about going forward. And, I mean, the title pretty much sums up what this series is, but I want to clarify it once and for all. The point of the series is it's just something for me to do with Destiny, because I really do enjoy playing Destiny, and I enjoy doing the raids. I can't even talk. I enjoy doing the raids. I enjoy doing strikes. I enjoy doing everything this game has to offer most of the time. This week has not been fun for me, as I haven't gotten anything I want. You know, I really need to get either a Red Death or the Gjallarhorn. There's also, of course, what is it? There's 2 other guns that are exclusive on PS3 or PS4. Sorry. One of them is the Monte Carlo, which I don't know if I really want that gun. I mean, I'm down with it, but I really want the fucking Red Death and the Gjallarhorn. I want the Red Death strictly for Crota's run, or Crota's end, because it heals you when you kill something. That's very useful in that raid, because that Crota fight, you're not getting any health back. I want that gun. Also, the Gjallarhorn is quite possibly the most OP weapon in the game. Now, I'm expecting Bungie later today to announce a large amount of buffs and changes that are going to be made, and I'm getting tongue-tied, regarding weapons again in the next patch that should be coming out sometime next week, possibly. And the reason I'm expecting this is because they didn't buff or nerf anything with this patch, and they had previously said that they were working on changing things that people have been asking for. One of the things I know people have been asking for, they want some of the guns fixed. They're not 100%. Specifically, the one I have in my hand, it's not even level 32 yet. It's still, this weapon is still rated at level 30. The only reason it doesn't carry a 300 power rating is because they wanted the Mythic class to still be useful in PvP, or not PvP, but PvE, but they tweaked it so that it was I would say compatible with PvP. I don't know. The stats for the gun are really what you deal with in PvP normally. But the reason I think they held off on doing any buffs or changes to the weapon is because of Iron Banner, and it would have made this gun insanely overpowered in the Iron Banner, because it was supposed to go to 354 power rating. Alright, 354 power rating, yeah, that this gun would destroy everybody. So I think that's why they didn't buff it this week. I think they're going to buff it for next week. And by the time the next Iron Banner rolls around, it will probably be... it'll probably be around the time the next DLC is about to drop. So you'll get one last chance to get to level 32 before the DLC drops, and then the new DLC will be here, and then that'll be it. Also, I'm expecting them to release the hard mode of Crota's End next week. Now, the reason I'm expecting this is because, well, it just makes sense. You know, they fixed all the patches and stuff, or buffed and fixed things for Crota's End this week, and it just makes sense because they said it was coming out in January, and there's only, what, like 2 weeks left in January? Yeah, it makes sense for them to put out Crota's End hard mode next week, and I'm trying hard to get a level 32 hunter ready for next week. And Pan, if you guys are doing it, dude, hit me up. I will have a level 32 hunter one way or a motherfucking another by next Tuesday. So I want to do that raid. I want to get a shot at getting a primary from Crota. I also really want to try getting Crux of Crota, because I really want to get the Necrochasm. That gun, I'm looking forward to that shit. And it is now time for the final fight. I don't remember if we get through this in one shot or not. I think we do. To be honest with you, I think we get through it in literally one go. We'll see what happens. I actually don't remember. I really don't. And it's at that point where I really don't want to do this again. Just saying. Didn't we get through that? Oh, we didn't get through that. Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah. And who gets teleported? Not me. So, yeah. Anyways. Yeah, I think we get through this in one time, because I'm looking at the list and the time code. Oh, yeah, that sucks. Luckily, I do have a Warlock, so I can res if I need to. Just saying. Just saying. Throwing that out there. Totally lost my train of thought. God damn it, I hate when that happens. Fucking A, man. But yeah, this series is basically just me. Yeah, I remember what I was originally talking about now. It's basically just me doing the raids with either some of you guys, doing it with randoms, doing strikes with randoms or some of you guys, things of that sort. If I do a strike with you guys, I'm going to do it live comm. If I do a strike solo, I'm going to do it live comm. If I do a raid with you guys, I'm going to do it live. If I do the raid with people I know, I'm going to do it live. If I do the raid like with people I meet from Destiny LFG, or it's the first time I'm running with a crew, it's going to be post-edit. But I think I'll save post-edit for episodes where I have things I want to talk about, or the episode is short. The only reason this week's episodes were post-edit was because I couldn't record commentary while I was doing this raid. Just saying, you know, just saying. Anyways, guys, this raid is coming to an end, and it was a lot of fun playing with these guys. If you ever come across these guys in your travels here in Destiny, let them know Extreme says hi, and tell them I thought they were a really good team. You can point them to these set of videos if you want. And it was good. Like I said, these guys had a good go. They knew what they were doing. We kicked ass, took names, and it wasn't that hard of a fight. And they made it fun. So that's always what I look for in a good raid team, is people that can make it fun, enjoyable, and don't fuck up. You know, that always helps. You know, if you can get through it without dying a whole shit ton, badass. Yeah. Anyways, I think we're done. This is it. This is the last run. We're about to finish this shit. And again, this is normal mode, so no, I'm not gonna get a new Vex Mythic class. I'm not gonna get anything really good. There's one gun that I need from this raid now, and that's the pulse rifle. I've heard that pulse rifle is the rarest fucking gun to drop in this damn raid, and that's the only reason I'm continuing to do this raid. I actually want more than just the Fatebringer. Fatebringer is an awesome gun, but I like using pulse rifles with my Titan, you know, so if I could get that pulse rifle, fuck yeah. And it was funny when this guy dies right here. Well, for one, when you finish the raid, you don't get the what's the word I'm looking for here? The fucking relic goes away. So I'm blind. See ya. There you go. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me. I hope you guys did enjoy these last few episodes. I don't know what I'll have for next week. Hopefully I'll have an episode of Crota for you guys with my Titan. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But thank you guys once again. I will see you next week for another episode of Raider Strikes. Until next time, adios. Now, like many other people, I have been very vocal about how much I dislike the Crucible in Destiny. Don't get me wrong, the Crucible can be very, very fun. It can be very enjoyable. It can be rewarding. But the Crucible does not have really good connection-based situations. I don't know how the Crucible is set up as far as how you're put in lobbies, you know, and it really, really bugs me when people with really shitty connections in the Iron Banner are able to go